We usually evaluate human character by watching how people handle failure, but human psychology is often more fragile in the opposite direction. Sudden prosperity is the ultimate stress test. To see how this plays out, we can examine a Bengali folktale recorded by Muhammad Shahidullah called The Reward of Honesty. The story is set in the harsh, high-stakes landscape of ancient Arabia. The narrative isolates three men at the absolute bottom of their society's economic ladder. One with a severe skin condition, the second is bald, and the third is entirely blind. To decode the mechanics of integrity in a modern boardroom, we first need to observe how human beings react when they go from absolute zero to owning an empire. In the story, an angel disguised as a human visits each man. He asks what they desire most, and when they ask to be cured, he touches them, miraculously healing their ailments. Healing is only the first phase. The angel then provides the economic seed capital. He gifts a pregnant camel to the first man, a pregnant cow to the second, and a pregnant goat to the third, promising that these assets will change their fortunes. Given enough time, these compounding assets multiply rapidly. The three initial animals reproduce, until all three men possess vast, overflowing herds. Reaching this level of prosperity is merely the baseline requirement for the trial to begin. Years later, the angel returns. This time, he appears as a destitute foreign beggar. He approaches the first two men and invokes God, asking for just a single animal from their massive herds to help him survive. This timeline visualizes their reaction: wealth amnesia. They deny ever being poor, claiming they inherited their wealth. This lie is an ego protection strategy. Rewriting history lets them believe they were the sole architects of their success, allowing them to hoard resources without guilt. The angel immediately calls out the lie. Because they deny the reality of their origins, he revokes their blessings, and both men return to their original states of poverty and sickness. A success built on historical denial is inherently unstable. It collapses the moment reality intervenes. The audit then moves to the third subject, the man who was formerly blind. The angel, maintaining his beggar disguise, approaches him with the exact same request. His reaction is immediate. He readily admits to the stranger that he used to be blind and desperately poor. He follows that admission by offering the beggar unrestricted access to his herd. He explicitly states that a higher power cured his blindness and made him rich, removing his own ego from the transaction. The test concludes here. The angel drops his disguise, tells the man to keep his property, and confirms that his blessings are secure. The third man kept his fortune because his gratitude forced him to live in reality. He remembered exactly how he got there, proving that humility is a functional tool for long-term stability. This ancient 1,400-year-old fable maps directly onto the complex, high-stakes dynamics of a modern corporate boardroom today. The wealth amnesia of the first two men mirrors modern corporate arrogance, taking sole credit for team wins, forgetting early mentors, and hoarding resources for one department. The blind man represents the optimal alternative. In a professional setting, integrity means accurately attributing your current position to the specific people and external circumstances that propelled you there. Effective leadership requires active, transparent accounting. You have to maintain a record of how your success was actually engineered. You can systematize this ancient wisdom into a practical blueprint for your own career. This org chart maps out the first step: daily gratitude. Explicitly verbalize the contributions of external supporters to maintain perspective. Finally, gratitude requires resources to flow downward. Actively give your time to people standing where you used to be. Next, apply practical humility. This involves mentoring junior colleagues without expecting a return, and soliciting harsh, critical feedback to stay grounded. When high-visibility wins arrive, you execute the final step, intentionally stepping out of the spotlight and ensuring your team receives the credit. Ultimately, the true reward of honesty is becoming a leader with the character required to sustain their continued growth.